Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something truly special, the long-awaited return of the Alfa Romeo 4C, and this time, it's the 2026 model. Now, Alfa Romeo is a brand that's always been about passion, performance, and design, and the new 4C continues to carry that torch. But this isn't just a rehash of the older 4C Coupe or Spider, this is a full-on reinvention with new technology, a more refined yet aggressive aesthetic, and a driving experience that's closer to a race car than ever before. If you've ever dreamed of Italian flair mixed with lightweight engineering, stay tuned, because the 2026 4C might just be your next obsession. Exterior. Right off the bat, let's talk about the first thing you notice at the exterior. At the front, the 4C carries over Alfa's signature tri-lobo grille, which is now more sculpted and angular, giving the car a sharper, more assertive look. The V-shaped grille has been widened, pulling your eyes into the center of the nose, where that iconic badge sits proudly. The headlights are sleeker and more futuristic compared to the old Spider-eyed look, now featuring adaptive LED matrix lighting that gives it a piercing stare, both day and night. Air intakes are more purposeful this time around, not just for show but feeding real aerodynamic needs. You'll find active flaps that adjust based on speed and engine load to optimize cooling and reduce drag. Moving along the side, you'll notice that Alfa has retained the core mid-engine proportions that gave the original 4C its visual drama. It's still low, wide, and tightly packaged, but now there's more sculpting along the door panels and side skirts. Carbon fiber is everywhere, not just under the skin but now visible across the lower sill sections and around the air inlets. The new wheels are stunning, 20-inch forged alloys with a turbine-style design, wrapped in bespoke Pirelli P0 tires. The stance is aggressive, with the lower center of gravity, thanks to a revised suspension setup and improved weight distribution. Side mirrors are now slim, almost blade-like, with integrated cameras replacing traditional blind spots. And if you look closely, there's a new functional air duct behind the doors, feeding the rear-mounted engine while also improving overall aero balance. From the rear, the 2026 Alfa Romeo 4C looks like it's ready to take off. The taillights are thin and sharp, almost Ferrari-esque, and they're fully LED with animated lighting sequences when you lock or unlock the car. There's an aggressive rear diffuser made entirely of exposed carbon fiber, flanked by a pair of large dual exhausts that emit a raw, mechanical growl. A small integrated lip spoiler adds downforce without cluttering the car's pure lines. Everything at the back screams purpose, from the grille mesh surrounding the engine cover to the centrally located fog light inspired by Formula One cars. Interior. Inside, Alfa has taken a more refined, tack-forward approach while staying true to its racing roots. When you open the ultralight carbon doors, you're greeted by a minimalist but premium interior. There's more leather and Alcantara than before, and everything is driver-focused. The seats are fixed-back carbon shells with improved padding, offering more comfort for daily driving but still keeping you locked in during hard cornering. The steering wheel is small, flat-bottomed, and wrapped and swayed with red stitching and a big Alfa logo dead center. Paddle shifters feel mechanical and snappy, mounted to the steering column like a proper race car. The gauge cluster is now fully digital, offering customizable layouts depending on your drive mode, whether you're in dynamic, natural, or race. In race mode, you get telemetry-style readouts, lap timers, and real-time torque distribution. The center console is minimal, with a small touch screen for infotainment. Yes, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but Alfa keeps things focused with tactile climate knobs and physical drive mode selectors. The audio system, optional, because the real music comes from the mid-mounted engine roaring inches behind your ears. Performance. Now let's get to the heart of the beast, performance. Under that carbon-clad rear deck sits a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine, completely re-engineered for the 2026 model. It produces 310 horsepower and 295 pounds-feet of torque, which may not sound massive on paper until you realize this car weighs just over 2,400 pounds. That's supercar territory in terms of power-to-weight ratio. The result, 0 to 60 in just under 4 seconds, with the top speed north of 175 miles per hour. But it's not just about straight-line speed. The 4C has always been about feel, and now it's more precise, more communicative, and sharper than ever. The steering remains unassisted AS, no power steering which might sound old school, but it gives you a raw, connected feel to the road that modern sports cars often filter out. The new suspension uses double wishbones up front and a revised rear multi-link system, offering improved ride quality without sacrificing agility. Alfa's dynamic chassis control system also tweaks damping rates on the fly, depending on how hard you're pushing it. Brakes come from Brembo, with massive carbon ceramic discs available as an option, and they stop this featherweight in breathtaking fashion. As for pricing, the new 4C comes in higher than before but reflects the added tech and refinements. The base model starts around $82,000 in the US, with the fully loaded Quadrifoglio variant AS. There's a track-focused version pushing close to $100,000. That's still a compelling offer considering the use of carbon monocoque construction, exotic looks, and a genuinely engaging drive. Limited production numbers will keep demand high, so if you're interested, you'll want to reserve one early. So, what's the verdict on the 2026 Alfa Romeo 4C? In a world dominated by electric SUVs and digital overload, the 4C is a bold, beautiful outlier. It's a car that makes no apologies. It's loud, focused, and unapologetically Italian. It may not be the most practical car out there, but it's one of the most emotional. From its striking looks and featherweight construction to its razor-sharp steering and visceral engine note, the 4C reminds us why we love cars in the first place. If you're the kind of driver who values experience over convenience, who smiles at the thought of heel and toe downshifts and apex hunting, then this car wasn't just built for you, it was built around you. That's it for today's in-depth review of the 2026 Alfa Romeo 4C. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Would you daily this car? Or is it better left as a weekend thrill machine? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more reviews like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to the Luxury Auto Reviews.